Barstool Sports has fired Ben Mintz because he rapped. That's it. Yeah. All right. Poker player Ben Mintz fired from Barstool Sports despite Portnoy's pleas. We got a cancel culture story here, my friend. The story is that this dude who hosts, he's a personality for Barstool Sports. He's a regular co-host on Cracking Aces Poker Podcast. Barstool Sports, of course, for those that aren't familiar, is a big sport betting brand. If you ever go to like one of these PENN gaming casinos, you'll see the big Barstool Sports sports book where you can make bets. And I used to go to these casinos and I'd see the Barstool Sports. I was really excited when they started opening these restaurants because it's fun to hang out, watch the game, have some wings. It's relaxing. You go to the casino, maybe play a little bit of blackjack, some poker, have fun. But let me tell you right now, my friend, this story is absolutely pathetic. Ben Mintz was rapping something, I think it was Bone Thugs, and in the song, the person says, a variation of the N-word ending in A. He rapped those lyrics, as so many have, and he's been fired because of it. Apparently, Dave Portnoy tried intervening, but it wasn't enough. Portnoy sold the company. He has no say in this. I don't necessarily blame Dave Portnoy. I think he's actually doing a decent job speaking out against this, and I respect that. But I'll tell you right now, my friends, I despise, I loathe, I hate PENN Entertainment. Hollywood Casino. We got one out here. I despise them. I'm done. And I'll tell you some stories. But I'll give you the news first. And I just got to say, this is an example right now of why you should steer clear of these places. You have options. All right. If you're in Pennsylvania, take a trip down to, say, Philly Live. Or drive down a couple hours to Maryland Live. Don't go to these awful places. And I'm not saying these other casinos are better. These other sports books are better. There's MGM in D.C., maybe a little bit too far. There's Horseshoe. I don't know if they have a sport book. I assume they do. Don't use any of their apps. Tell them to screw off if this is the game they want to play. Here's the news, all right? Ben Mintz, a poker player and regular co-host on the Cracking Aces Poker Podcast, was fired from Barstool Sports Wednesday after a video surfaced of him singing rap lyrics that included the N-word. Mind you, ending in A and not ER. And he did not call someone that name. Dave Portnoy immediately hosted an emergency press conference on Twitter to express his dissatisfaction with the decision. But after he sold full control of the company to PENN Entertainment earlier this year, he no longer has a say in the matter, which he explained in the 6-minute video. Now, I don't know how much they pay this guy. Mintzy, they call him. But Dave Portnoy, my understanding is he sold the company for like $163 million. And that was only for a third of the company. So he sold the rest probably for a lot more. The dude may be worth close to $1 billion. Cool. Good for him. You know, if I was that rich, Mintzy would have a job. He absolutely would have a job. And you know, maybe he still will. I don't know what his plan. I don't know the guy. I don't think he did anything wrong. But we're trying to launch a poker show. Maybe we need some fresh talent. Now, a lot of people are coming out and saying Barstool Sports is dead and this did it in. And Dave Portnoy agrees. They say Mintzy was a popular figure at Barstool and within the poker community. Portnoy has taken some heat from the Barstool community, the Stoolies, over the firing, as the fans claim selling out when he sold the company. But as he explained in a separate video, his goal always was to sell out. He's like, no doy, I sold out. I made a big company. I sold it for millions of dollars. That was the point. And now I have no control over what they do. But you know what you can do, Dave? Dave, you can just fund Mintzy's show. Like, here's what I would do. If I sold the company for $163 million and I had that kind of cash, come on, it's not that expensive. I'd be like, bro, I will build you your own studio. You will have the Mintzy show. Boom, just like that. Problem solved. But PENN Entertainment, they decided to burn themselves to the ground. And you know what? I am sick of this company. I despise them. Let me tell you some stories. My personal anecdotes and opinions on PENN Entertainment. You see, we got Charlestown Races out here in West Virginia. Historic racetrack. It's a Hollywood casino. It's owned by PENN Entertainment. They got the big Barstool Sports in there. And I was really excited when they were opening it because it'd be a cool place to hang out. We had a New Year's. We spent New Year's there once. I think it was like 2 years ago. And we had some expensive shots. We're like, yay, we celebrated. I'll tell you some stories. I have boycotted this casino. And I harumph, I say, as I walk out. So I told the story before. But they've got the worst security I've ever seen. And it's probably because the casino is dying. That's what they tell me. They tell me the casino's dying. So it used to be a big deal out here. In West Virginia, you're about an hour away from D.C., and they had something like 50 poker tables. It was huge. Everybody was coming to play here because it was the only game in town. Then they opened National Harbor, Maryland Live, and Horseshoe about an hour to the east. Baltimore and D.C. Baltimore's got like 2 casinos. And so a lot of people stopped coming out here. So I had an event where a dude started cussing me out for 10 minutes because I stacked him in a game of poker, meaning simple version of it is he tried bluffing. You guys know what that is, right? And I saw through his bluff and I called him with nothing but an ace. And he lost $300 to me. And I'm like, this guy, he was clearly, he had nothing. And I'm like, boom, come on, see what you got. He got mad. Comes back, starts cussing me out. I asked them, can you move this guy? This is ridiculous. I'm trying to play, have fun. And they said, no, that's not how it works. And if you don't like it, you can leave. And I said, you know what, dude, I am done with this. If you're going to run your casino to the point where the dude said he was going to smack me twice. So he's going to smack me. And I'm like, I'm not going to sit here with the guy saying this. I don't care if he's trying to be a tough guy. I don't care how serious he is. You say that to me, I get up, I say, okay, you can go somewhere else. They said no. And I said, then I'm gone. That's PENN Entertainment, a garbage company. And so I've just not gone back there. Now, like, I don't care for gambling, right? I always tell people, you go to the casino, you get $100 or something small. That's your entertainment from the night. Grab a drink. I like the sports book. Have some wings, have some nachos, watch the game. It's so much fun. The big Jumbotron, or what do they call it? The big TV. It's great. Don't go to a casino to make money. That's a big mistake. Don't go to a casino thinking you're going to turn $500 into $1,000. It ain't going to happen. You're going to lose all your money. House always wins. Sometimes you get lucky. But I go there just for fun. No different than going to Dave & Buster's and bowling or whatever. You figure out what your budget is for bowling. You spend $200 on bowling. Well, that's what your budget is for the casino. Don't overspend. Don't go there to get rich. But when I go there and their security is so bad that I can have a guy threaten me and they'll just be like, nah, we ain't doing nothing about it. That's not a place I want to be, especially when you're handling money like this. And then I go, here's what happened. After that happened, I went straight to Maryland Live. Went to their poker room and I asked them, if someone cusses me out after losing a hand to me, what should I do and what would you do? And they said, no questions. That person would be thrown out and banned for life. Zero tolerance for being belligerent to other patrons. I went to MGM National Harbor, asked them the same thing. Same thing. Clearly, I am personally slighted by this. You can tell. But I see this story here about how they fired this guy Mintzy, and I'm just like, guys, you see the success with the Bud Light thing. I don't know if we're going to have success in standing up for what we believe in. But let me tell you this. I don't care at all that Mintzy sang a song that included the N-word ending in A. Isn't it funny how we have to describe it that way because YouTube will give us a strike? It's ridiculous. And he apologized. Let me show you what he said. He said, this morning I made an unforgivable mistake slipping on air while reading a song lyric. I meant no harm and have never felt worse about anything. I apologize for my actions. I am truly sorry and ashamed of myself. What? Bro, I'll tell you what. I'm under the assumption that Portnoy, who's your friend, is going to take care of you. But look, man, I just don't see this apology being necessary. You didn't call anybody a slur. All right, George Carlin went up there and said every racial slur in the book. And then he actually called people a racial slur to make a point. You didn't do that. You sang lyrics. I got no beef. I don't care. You didn't need an apology for this. He followed up saying, quick update, I'm in good spirits. I am deaf an idiot, but I'm also a resilient one. We'll have a long video tomorrow thanking everyone. Way, way too grateful to be down. You know what you should say? You should say, look, normally I don't like saying these things. I don't use these words, but I was singing a song, so screw off. That's what you should say. You want to make pop culture songs that use words and then someone wants to sing that word. That's the way it is. He didn't call someone. Don't go around calling people names. I'm not a fan of personal invective, but to fire a guy over this. So what I'll say is the point I was going to make. I'm assuming Portnoy is going to take care of him, but and maybe it's presumptuous of me, but we're launching a poker show. Maybe Mintzy's on the market looking for a job. Yeah. Okay. Maybe I don't want to be presumptuous because, I don't know if he needs our assistance, but I'd hire the guy. Say, hey, we're going to do a poker show. It's called Poker with the Boys. We're trying to figure it out. I just think PENN Entertainment is a garbage. I was so excited when I saw that they were expanding, and I was like, this is really cool because I like hanging out here. I like arcades. And if you play responsibly, it's entertainment. You know what I mean? You go bowling, you spend $200 with your friends. You go to a casino, that should be the same budget. You know, you play $10 blackjack or something, and if you win, you pay for dinner. If you don't spend any more money. But I've not been back. I went back for a banquet dinner in their ballroom, and that was it. I'm not so stupid. I'd be like, I will never go to no. There was a Republican dinner, and for the community, for the county, and I went to that. I got no problem, but I'm not going to play any of their games. I'm not going to be a patron. I think they're a garbage company. When this stuff went down, it's not the first incident I've had there. There was no one to talk to. There's no boss. There's no supervisor. There's no managers. Just literally nothing. It's trash. And I can't believe how awful the place is. But I'm not surprised to hear their parent company is also equally trash. So I admit it is an opportunity for me to vent over what I'm frustrated about. But at the same time, point out the sheer absurdity of a dude being fired for singing a song. How dumb. But, here's what I hope. Here's what you do, Dave. Give homie some cash. Here's some money. Do your thing. Make your show. You ain't going nowhere. Apparently, PENN stock is already dropping. It dropped by like 12% because of the firing. Well, I wonder if they're liable for a lawsuit for doing it. Anyway, I think PENN Entertainment is trash. I think that you guys should patronize other locations. I think even Dave Portnoy is criticizing them, and they should rehire this guy and apologize. I'll leave it there. Next segment's coming up at 6 p.m. on this channel. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you all then.